Hey everyone, welcome back to another Friday recap. And yes, I'm back. If you didn't listen to yesterday's podcast episode, I'm back. Back from my, not hiatus, I would say a break. I was on holiday for about the last week. It was about 9-10 days. This past week, I started working again on Tuesday. So it definitely was a nice break. Again, it was nothing against you all. I just know I needed a break. I said yesterday on my podcast that it's been like, since I really started doing videos, multiple videos a week, it's really been over a year since I really never did a video or worked on a video during the week. And so during vacation, I only touched my computer to watch a movie or something or emails or whatever, but I did not work on videos at all. So definitely it was a blessing and it was a great chance to just reflect, to spend time with my girlfriend, to just spend time focusing and re-energizing myself to come back and do ministry for the next 6-7 months that I'll be here in Hungary. And so I wanted to take this Friday recap. It's a little different than most Friday recaps. Obviously, I usually recap the week, but since it's sort of this week recapped plus the holiday, I'm kind of doing it all. So kind of give you a little recap on my holiday. I know in America, you're like, what's a holiday? No, it's vacation. It's just, that's what they call it here. So from vacation, I had a little break and I basically spent it in Budapest. I had a Airbnb. I was able to stay there. My girlfriend and I basically hung out every day. She would come meet me at my Airbnb and we would just go around the city. We would go to different places that either I've been or I haven't been, restaurants and stuff like that. It was a great time for both of us to really just spend time together. It was actually 3 straight weeks that we've actually been in the same vicinity of each other, which is definitely different than what it's going to be like, obviously, here as she's starting up school and as I'm, starting back up work and ministry. So it was definitely a really great blessing. I'm so thankful for it. I got to go visit, her family in Debrecen, which is a city about 2-3 hours from Budapest. It's the second biggest city in Hungary. You wouldn't tell though. You go from Budapest there, it still seems really small, but it was a great opportunity to meet them. I bumped the mic again, it was a great opportunity to meet them. And even though they didn't speak English, it was definitely entertaining. I have stories among stories that I could share about my whole vacation, and especially meeting her parents, but that will probably be in a podcast episode probably in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that if you would like to. But yeah, so it was a great refreshing break. I was able to spend time just focusing. Most mornings I would focus on just reading God's word and trying to get better and to become a better follower of him, and also prepare myself for ministry. As you'll find out here in the next couple minutes, it's different. We don't even know what's going on. So definitely preparing myself. So in a short recap, it was a great break. It was a great chance to rejuvenate. After camp, I was very tired. I was very exhausted, both mentally, physically, emotionally. And it was definitely a great chance to just get away for a while. And then now to be able to be back, focus on ministry. So that's a longer, shorter version. Anyways, it's what it is. But what I do this week I started back into full swing of work. Some things are changing. My job is still kind of unknown. I'm really just editing videos. Actually, I put all projects on halt to do a video for Word of Life Hungary, which will possibly be coming in my newsletter, but my newsletter hasn't come out yet because anyways, yeah, it's I know my August newsletter should be coming out. It should have come out, but they're doing some things with the Gap Fund, which if you know about what I've been writing about, that's a big thing for us. So until that gets figured out, that's when I'll release my next newsletter. So don't worry, it's coming. I didn't forget about you all. I love you all. Don't worry about that. It's coming out. So anyways, what's next? Still really don't know. I know I'll be doing videos. I mean, probably for the foreseeable future, that's what I'll be doing. Working on that kind of stuff, working on video content, photos and stuff like that. That's just what's going to happen with work because we just announced that we are having students come on October 1st, but because the boards have shut down here in Hungary, if you didn't know, they were shut down here in Hungary. So the borders being shut down, we are delaying students from other countries coming in. Obviously, we have to, but we'll still have Hungarian students as well. So it's a tough blow. There's also some other things that I'll probably talk about in my newsletter, or once it actually becomes more public about certain details, I will share it with you all. But definitely a tough situation for us, a bummer for a lot of these students, but we're praying for them. They'll still be able to do online, so they'll still be able to be a part of the school. They just won't be able to come until they're allowed to. So definitely a bummer, which that means for me in local church ministries, I really don't know how much I'll be doing, what I'll be doing. There's also some shifting going around in people's roles. So yeah, all I know is I'm doing video editing and I'm doing that kind of stuff. So for sure that. So yeah, that's what's happening there. What's going to be happening with the Bowden experience is another question I got from a couple people. As of right now, I'm still thinking, still processing. For sure, you'll get your Friday recap. For sure, you'll get your one episode of the podcast. Yes, I said one. Right now, I'm really enjoying just doing one. It's nothing against doing two. I love doing that for so many weeks, but it can be really exhausting to find time to record two podcast episodes, which are usually 20 to 30 minutes. And then also find time to do other projects, work stuff, and things like that. So for now, this is what's going to go on. This is probably going to be the schedule until, this is what's going to be like. I'll probably have a couple videos. I have a couple video ideas that I'm working on, some behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on. So that should be fun. Behind the Lens should be coming back. I haven't talked to Donnie, to be honest. He's on vacation still, but hopefully that'll be coming back here in the next few weeks. I also have some other video ideas for fun videos, podcast coming up. We have some guests coming into the podcast. So it's going to be a great opportunity for you all to continue to follow what's going on here in Hungary, what's going on in my life. And hopefully, and maybe I'll have my girlfriend on one of these episodes of either one of the episodes of the podcast or just a random video. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, that's what's going to go on. That's what's happening next. And so I kind of wanted to wrap up. I know this is a little longer than normal. I apologize, but I had a lot to get into. I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. But anyways, here's some prayer requests that you could be praying for. Number one, and probably the biggest, is Word Life Hungary, both financially and just as a staff. We're in a tough situation. We're still afloat. We're still fine, but it's a tough situation. And the Gap Fund, which I mentioned earlier, I'll have more details in my newsletter, as well as I might make a separate video as well for that. The Gap Fund basically is a way for people to come alongside us and stand in the gap of this tough situation in order to still do our mission, which is to further the gospel, which is to bring young people to know Christ, then to send them out. And so if you want to do that, let me know, DM me, whatever, contact me. I would love to share more about that with you. And then secondly, pray for myself and Rebecca as we continue our relationship, as we continue to grow, as we continue to try to honor God in everything that we do. Pray for that. Pray that it be fruitful. Pray that I can lead well, and that I can honor God in that. And thirdly, would just be for myself. There's a lot of unknowns, and at times I get frustrated. At times I'm just confused. Pray that God will bring me peace, that I will be able to just focus on what's in front of me and not worry about the future, but to focus on what's in front of me as well. I guess it's not three and final. There's a fourth one as well, which is what is next after this year. Obviously, 6 months left. We're getting near the point where I have to kind of figure out what's next. I will say that it's looking like I'll be coming back to Hungary and hopefully teaching or something like that. So be praying for that for me. I really appreciate that as well. And finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the support you've given me over these past 6 months. Thank you for the love, for the support you give my family. Thank you for the support you've given to this ministry, not just my ministry, but Word Life's ministry and obviously what God's doing here in Hungary. And so I love you all. I can't wait to share more of what's going on here in Hungary. Hopefully I'll have more videos, more fun ideas to come up with, so that way you guys can really stay in touch with what's going on. And so finally, I want to remind you of this, that we serve an amazing God and that He is faithful and you can trust Him. And as always, we'll talk next time.